Well, hi everybody. I am doing mushrooms today, and I have thoroughly washed these. A lot of recipes tell you to just soak them for a certain amount of time, drain them. I scrub them by hand. You can even tell I've peeled some of them in the process. And while I'm talking about peeling, you can actually peel your mushrooms. Just get that skin underneath. You have ugly ones, and you can peel them. I think I showed you this in the stroganoff video, but you just pull that peeling right off. And I will say, with canning, these are cremini mushrooms. With canning this type of mushroom, they are going to be darker in the jars because of the skin. They're going to be darker than like your white mushrooms. And then all the stems and any bits that I may not like for looks, prettiness, or whatever, I'm going to dehydrate for mushroom powder. So yeah, these have been washed thoroughly by hand. I am going to quarter some, and I am putting them in a bowl of water. So half will be quartered and half will be sliced. I don't know about you guys, but I use a ton of mushrooms in cooking. So I did get a bowl for my bits. So yeah, get these all sliced up and in your water, and you'll want to drain that water. You're going to blanch them in boiling water for 5 minutes after you get this part done. This one's big enough to do into thirds. So yeah, you'll be putting them in boiling water for 5 minutes, and then you will be packing them with water, and I will be using a fresh pot of boiling water. I am not going to use the water that I boiled them in. And then you will pack your jars to 1 inch of head space. And half a teaspoon of salt. It's really easy, and they will process for 45 minutes. So yeah, half of these will be chunks. I've got 8 pounds here, and here's a good way to check your freshness of your mushrooms if you don't know. The closer, do I have that in there? The closer the gills are to the stem, the fresher the mushroom. So when you're shopping, that's a good rule of thumb for knowing, for gauging the freshness of your mushrooms, the tightness of that gill there. And like I said, if you wanted them to be really pretty in your jars, you could peel them, but these are creminis. They're supposed to be brown, so it doesn't bother me. I did these not long ago, and I've pretty much gone through them all. And sometimes I do them with some butter and garlic. I just melt some butter with some grated garlic in it, and I pour that in the jar as well, just a little bit. So yeah, I will come back after I have all of these sliced and I'm ready to put them in the blanching water. I'll see you in a few. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. Get some measuring spoons, and I think I'm going to use 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt rather than a half. last ones I did were great, but I don't think you need that much salt. And this is pretty easy. I'll go through a jar or two and just load it like anything else. 1-inch head space. And don't get too frustrated that you don't get a lot of mushrooms out of your mushrooms. You know how they shrink. I'm going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And make sure you're using canning salt. Don't use your table salt. And I will repeat myself, everything I'm using is hot. The jars, the bands, the pot, the water, and the mushrooms are all hot. My 1-inch of head space. I feel discombobulated. I have lately. I've not been myself in the kitchen. I think it's the camera. The camera's throwing me off. These lids are washed and they're just sitting in some warm water, and these lids are in a simmering pan back there. Hot. Put them in your pot. A jar of chunked. These shrink as well, as you can tell. It's no longer a full bowl of mushrooms. And these I usually use in like stroganoff or something, where I want bigger bites, or stew. It's just really handy because I don't always have fresh mushrooms. Salt, some water, 1-inch of head space, debubble, I am using vinegar to clean my rims, even though there's no oil in this. This is a freshly washed mat right here. I have several of these. I really like them. I think I got a package of 4 on Amazon for like $12 maybe, something like that. Hot. And there you go. I'm going to get these all filled up, and we'll see you in a bit. I hope this recorded. Okay, I have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 jars in there. I always get nervous when they're not full. There's 7 jars in there. This is hot. I have made sure that air hole is clear. I can do like one-handed. No, I don't think so today. Oh, there we go. There we go. So, we've got that on there. Gonna let this come up to pressure, 10 minutes of steam. This will pop up, your nipple will pop up. And then I will put the jiggler on after 10 minutes, and when it starts to wiggle, I will time it for 45. These will pressure can for 45 minutes. See See you in a few. Okay, it smells very mushroomy in here. And here they are. It came out pretty good. Still boiling. I probably should have let them sit in there a little longer. That's okay. They're popping. Love that sound. I'm not paying attention as usual to my camera. Staring at jars. I really wish you could just get those stickers off easier. Okay, so there they are. See, bubble, bubble, bubble. Bubble, 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 toil and trouble. So yeah, we have mushrooms, we have a mess, so I will be up doing dishes and then I am going to bed. So if you have any questions, just ask me down there and rate and subscribe if you can. Thank you.